Welcome, everybody. Tonight we are going to figure out which one of us is Dominic Mysterio, which one of us is Rhea, and which one of us is Buddy Murphy watching from the corner. Stay tuned. Welcome on in, everybody, to episode 2 of Cream of the Crop podcast. We are here recording on August 13th. I am joined by my two lovely co-hosts here, Olas and Porta. Welcome in, gentlemen.
Howdy.
So, a lot to talk about this week. Some good, a lot bad. We're going to start with a little intro, or a little bit intro that I think we're going to start doing called This Week in Geek. Basically, it's going to be me going through the internet and scavenging for interesting topics. So, yeah, they could be any topics, gaming, wrestling, etc. This week, I thought would be a real banger to start out with, just because we all love this guy here. I know all us is a huge fan of this guy. Andrew Tate apparently had a jail simulation stream. I don't know how you simulate a jail stream without
practicing.
He's got to get ready, man. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing was there was people. So this got about, what was it, 50,000 fucking viewers to this thing.
Yeah.
Of watch, and it was 24 hours of him just apparently doing what he did in jail. I like the article notes that he did his usual 1,000 push-ups, which made me kind of breathe heavy, and I wasn't even doing them. He did breakfast, and then it's weird. I don't get it. So for those that don't know, Andrew, which God, you should know because it's like top of
it's
media.
world news.
But he got booked for, was it trafficking, human trafficking, to everybody's surprise. After he got into a Twitter war with a 12-year-old. I think 12-year-old,
like
15. Still, the point being,
still a child. But
who also Scooby-Dooed his ass to find out where he was. Hilarious.
That was really funny.
He is out, I think, on some sort of. I don't know how Romanian jail works. I've never can't say that I've ever experienced it.
He was on house arrest and then taken off house arrest.
Gotcha.
So he's out on bond right now until the trial starts.
But it was, I guess, him and his brother doing this 24-hour jail stream. Oddly enough, for a jail stream, not a lot of sodomy. Was kind of disappointed by that.
I mean, they can take the Island Boys route anytime.
Yeah.
Oh God, how do you want to talk about that?
So how many grilled cheese sandwiches got made with an iron? None.
None. Not too few.
Not
too
interested.
few. Exactly. Like, you know. But there was a big upset of people that were super disappointed by this stream. My question is to that is what
do you expect?
What were they expecting from this stream? Because I see where they commented it wasn't realistic enough.
No shit.
What? Did he want some random guy to come into the stream and stab him? Like,
I don't know. That's what I'm reading through this and I'm trying to figure out, which I love the thumbnail for this story is just him sitting on a fucking bunk bed with top G and like this guy's absolutely a bottom in jail. There's no shot he's not.
Yeah, no. I think the people who follow Andrew Tate have no idea what jail is like, and they imagine it like a fucking movie or something. Being in jail is pretty fucking boring. So having a boring ass stream and just naming it that is completely in the wheelhouse. He got money from it. He collected his bag.
Yep.
I do love the Twitter post he makes. Looks like the shittiest UFC promo fight I've ever seen. It's just him and his brother shirtless for some reason. And like his brother 100% looks photoshopped in this picture. Also, it's a fucking Rumble. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it says this is directly from the website, which I'll link. It says Tate recorded himself eating breakfast, doing his daily round of 1,000 push-ups, fucking tryhard, and reading fan mail alongside his brother. Mundane activities managed to attract a number of viewers, some fascinated by the Romanian prison simulation. I don't know if you can call that this. That's not like
Yeah, no.
others being disappointed and pointing out the environment shown in Tate's stream was not even close to being realistic. No fucking shit, bro. God, like these are people we let make decisions in the world, and that just scares me. Yeah, I thought
These
that was
people will vote.
thought that was pretty interesting. And then the other one that I came across, I don't know if you all had time to glance at this one yet, is there's apparently a new, or not a new, but a WWE star that is set to debut in New Japan, and is definitely not who I would have thought. So
I saw the name and I hate it. I hate that guy.
and I don't know how true this is. This is, like I said, this is just something I'm catching from PW Mania, which a lot of their stuff has been legit. But Enzo Amore is apparently making his promotional debut in New Japan on August 9th at their All-Star Junior Festival.
Yo, that would be for New Japan Strong, right?
Is that what it is? See, I don't know a lot of the New Japan.
Okay. New Japan Strong is their American promotion, their American branch. Current New Japan Strong champion, openweight champion is Eddie Kingston.
I couldn't care less about that guy.
Great
I'm
guy.
sorry. It's
Great.
God, I hate everything he's in.
Why?
I just don't like the guy. I just don't.
Yo, he is a hero. He's
something.
One of the most respectable men in wrestling. I say this.
Really. So apparently it says he will compete again or alongside Jack Cartwheel and Starboy Charlie against Rich Swan, the DKC, and a name that I'm gonna butcher. So I apologize if this offends our Asian market. Rasuki Taguchi.
I need to check this name.
Sure, I'm gonna say that I'm right because no one else is here to tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. But, hold on, where is it?
Rocky Romero. Oh, that's something else. Wait, no.
But yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll see if that happens. You know, it's a shame because genuinely, as a character, I love Enzo Amore. I loved him. I loved Big Cass. I was all about it. But I guess I don't. Did his fucking sexual harassment thing ever go away? Is that still?
It was dropped.
Dropped. Well, I guess that's makes me not like him a little more. Or
it's
less.
Just he's like the biggest.
He's a douche. No, and he plays it so damn well because he is one. Yeah, that's
no, because the ROH thing still pissing me off to this day. Where he had this shoot fight with FTR and the Briscoes.
Oh, was that where like him and Cass invaded?
Yeah.
So was that not legitimate? Was that like not planned?
No.
So they just went and just beat the shit out of these two guys because
they just didn't. They didn't plan. No. The whole thing was planned for them to jump in, right? But everything else that wasn't planned, according to him, this is his words. He wanted everything to feel like a real fight, so he didn't. There were no planned spots. They were going to jump in and just start throwing blows. And they wanted the Briscoes and FTR and the Dudley. I think it was Bully Ray who was around there in that time to just hit them, like actually hit them.
Yeah.
But yeah, he needs to go to a promotion, I guess. New Japan will take him because they just need someone to bolster their American stuff.
Yeah, which I mean, I get it.
Big Cass is doing well in AEW.
Is he?
With a terrible name.
What was it? Big Bill. Isn't that what it is?
Bill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That's not the worst
than
name.
the Silence of the Lambs.
I was fine with the whole like William Morrissey thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I was cool with that. Like,
Big Bill just gives off Silence of the Lambs vibes.
Billy.
Even if he dropped it to
Billy.
W Morrissey.
Yeah.
They still they still refer to him as such.
Right,
it's just the
you could have gave him such a better country name if that's what you were gonna go like Big Bill.
I don't think it's a country thing. It was just I think MJF called him that one time and it stuck.
Yeah.
Which it seems like his style hasn't changed very much from when he was doing everything else.
No.
He seems to have one style.
He does look a little bit better.
Oh no, I mean
Yeah,
he
in the
looks in
ring.
good shape, which I mean there
Oh, no,
might be.
No,
he
that
just got-
too. But he looks better in the ring too. Like he looks a little more crisp.
yeah, because he's
'Cause
on
he,
his
he was
redemption
rough
arc.
to watch. Yeah.
So
'Cause at
viewers,
that time-
you will quickly notice I don't watch a ton of AEW, so I kind of go off what these guys say and the bits that I see on YouTube that I painfully grudge my way through, because I just can't watch that show all the way through. I have to do it in bite-sized pieces.
And that's same thing with me with WWE.
That's fair.
Certain shows, I can't watch a full episode of Raw.
I can't do NXT. I have to do NXT in spurts because I just lose. It's like I'm like a dog, and with NXT, I lose interest really quick.
I will say this episode of Raw was good.
No, I would say
Yeah.
overall, I wasn't disappointed by a lot of either main brand show. NXT had some good, had some boring. Raw, I think overall was good. I enjoyed most of the matches and promos. SmackDown, the matches were a little lackluster, but you know, I still like kind of the finish they did for the night. So I guess
you
that's a
just
good segue. We can go ahead and segue into running through the shows. We can start with Raw.
Also, I'd say just start with AEW, get it out the way.
All right, we want to go that route. We just want to just go ahead
Knock
and
it out.
just
Knock
knock
it out.
AEW out.
Yeah,
So it looks like Jericho's, I guess, not the way they're
The
saying
JAS
that.
Rated anymore?
the JAS is no longer the JAS.
It's
for
just
now.
Jay.
It's just Jericho. More
It did
likely,
look like
God, he looks like
Anna
shit.
Jay, Anna Jay, and I don't know what they are now because they were 2.0. What
no,
are they?
2.0 was also something else. Because one half of 2.0 is no longer with the company.
Oh, no.
I swear, it's like 2.0 was two different people.
Come on, guys, you guys
I
are the
know
ones
who
that
you're
watch
talking
these.
No, because 2.0 was a weird fact. I hated their gimmick. I hated their fucking tights. But more likely, Anna Jay just sticks with the Goonies. Those two flock together.
That's
Or,
fine. Yeah.
or maybe they get integrated into the Dark Order since they're now heels.
I haven't. See, that's how long it's been since I've consistently watched AEW.
Oh, Dark Order recently turned heel after the Hangman Page elite thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, basically he was kind of being a dick to them and hanging out with the elite. So it was like, fuck it, turn them heel.
Good to see the same three factions are still running rampant that they were when I was watching.
Hey, the Elite re-signed with AEW in a move that nobody totally saw coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MJF and I think the most important thing is MJF and Adam Cole
That's the only part I almost give a shit about anymore. That
on their way to Wembley.
I want a fucking Miz and Marie version of just them. That's just
it's gonna be the biggest double turn ever.
and it's not even set up like a surprise. Like we all know, it's just who's gonna do it.
Cole's
It's-
absolutely turning.
I got Adam Cole turning in because now it's official. The first match of the Wembley show for their pre-show is Adam Cole and MJF versus Aussie Open for the ROH tag team titles.
Okay, maybe you all can explain this because I actually had that same question when I was watching these.
Okay.
So, like, do all the shows just cross their titles now? Like Impact and Ring of Honor and AEW?
Ring of Honor is
Ring of Honor.
I know
he
that.
owns.
So it's still just its own separate entity in a sense.
Yes. They still have their own dedicated roster to AEW,
Kind of.
and the most you'll see our champions have matches.
Is TNA still in?
No, that contract that kind of fizzled out a long time ago.
Just like TNA.
Yeah, no. Their women's division actually is pretty good now.
That's always.
But
been
yeah.
Oh, for those wondering if we're gonna cover TNA and Ring of Honor,
Fuck
I
no.
don't have that kind of fucking time, guys. I just
I don't have the money to watch that.
I have 7 days out of the week and I work 5 of them. Give me a break.
I work 50 plus hours. A week.
Yeah,
That's the way
like-
I'm-
Shout out Aussie Open. Shout out Athena. Great champions. Joe is there. And Joe is busy
he's
doing Hollywood stuff.
He's a better champion than Claudio.
No,
Yes.
I think ROH stuff that's probably gonna happen either at All In or All Out. Eddie Kingston comes back to challenge Claudio for the ROH Championship, and hopefully he wins it this time. Because fuck it, him winning in Chicago would actually be funny. Just so he can curse out Punk at the end at some point.
So do they really like hate this guy? Is that like, or is this a shoot?
What?
Like all
Eddie
of them, I
Kingston?
guess, because like I never see anybody
Eddie-
other than FTR have a good thing to say about CM Punk.
Oh no, Eddie Kingston just doesn't fuck with him.
Okay, that's
I feel like that's a legitimate thing. He just doesn't fuck with Punk for something. I don't know.
because like there was
No,
that
they
whole
don't
thing
do
with the
Elite.
elites and Punk,
Yeah,
where like
they-
they fought
they don't-
backstage and
Yeah, brawl out.
Collision was essentially
CM Punk show.
the CM Punk show, so that the Elite didn't have to be there. And then I just read a report. I think this was a Meltzer report, so take it with a grain of salt. But
he's trusted.
Hangman was there at Collision, and then he was supposed to be doing like a pre-tape interview, and then they sent him off-site to do it. And then at the end of the show, like when they went off air, I guess CM Punk made like a dig at Hangman.
It was about toy sales.
What a
from
weird
what I
thing to
remember-
comment
no,
another man
it's-
about.
No, because there's more to it. Basically, he called out a sign that was like in support of Hangman. Oh, this is cowboy country. I go to a Walmart and I see a stock full of Hangman toys. You know why? Because he can't sell shit. Well, I sell out everything. In all seriousness, I love you all. Like at the end, it's like in all seriousness, like he's playing it off, like it was a joke.
Right.
But people cut it off before he says that to make it seem like he's just being the biggest dickhead ever.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
why
he
I
is kind of a dickhead.
Oh no, he
Well,
is, but
yes.
still.
But that's why I said take it with a grain of salt, because this is the same Dave Meltzer who essentially started the whole, instigated that whole CM Punk Elite thing.
Hey,
Yeah, but
Meltzer is a dedicated journalist, and I will not have you drag his name through the mud on this podcast.
Jim Cornette, on the other hand,
Jim Cornette is a cult leader, and you will not change my mind about that.
he's not a cult leader. He's the cult of personality.
Well,
See,
uh,
but yeah, AEW. Hopefully, I got Adam Cole turning on MJF at the beginning of the 0 hour.
okay.
Joining up with Kingdom, reforming Kingdom with Roderick Strong,
That makes sense.
and then having MJF be a face in the main event of Wembley.
That would be an
going over Adam
interesting.
Cole as a heel.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning?
Oh, MJF.
I mean, it's got to be.
definitely.
I mean,
MJF is holding that title until 2024.
which it kind of goes against my whole bullshit of I'm tired of seeing guys
Long
hold titles for long periods. So
Don't
because I
go
said that in the
lame.
last podcast. Here's my issue, and it's not I have issues with people that hold titles for long terms. I have issues with people that hold titles for long terms and fight every other pay-per-view.
I mean,
Or
MJF,
fight like one, like are only there for. I hated when Brock did it. It
yeah.
was super annoying. I don't like that Roman Reigns does it. You know, I kind of was okay with it early on. I'm
but
getting
now
tired
it's
of
just
it.
getting-
I'm
yeah.
getting tired of it. It's
Well, to be
it's
fair,
boring.
early on Roman was defending it constantly.
Yeah, you
No,
know,
not really. Actually, it
well,
was like
but he
every
was
other
on
month.
TV more often, where at least they were kind of
Yeah.
upping a story. Now it's just, hey, I'm gonna show up for like one SmackDown, and that's the story, or you know, and
He shows
I'm
up,
tired
Heyman
of
cuts a
it.
promo, he dips off. Like
And
every
it's
other
not even
pay-per-view.
like his promo skills for being with Heyman as long as he has are still okay. Like you would think it's at this point he's got to be throwing out rock level promos.
No,
and-
actually, his best promo work is actually when he's not with a mic in his hand. Like mid match when he's talking.
oh
shit.
yeah, no, he's
His
he's
best
an
work.
amazing crap talker.
I love that aspect of his matches when he's just running his mouth and like kicking the shit out of somebody, taking a second and just talking.
But
shit.
it's
Like,
just
that's
it's
definitely the
every
best part of
match,
his
though.
matches.
But with
Ugh.
the thing is with AEW, they only have 4 or 5 pay-per-views a year.
True.
Yes.
That's
So
true.
you're gonna
They
have
run
at
like
least,
special event
Yeah.
dynamites or
but you
things
still
like
have
that.
MJF defending on television.
Yeah. No, but he's you know, and
Guaranteed that
he's
defending at a
overall
pay-per-view.
his heel pro. You know, he's enjoyable to watch. Hence why that doesn't bother me. If you stay enjoyable and it's an enjoyable reign, I'm cool with it. It's just this, you know, like I said, the every pay-per-view is this, you can almost time it to a watch.
Yeah.
But no,
But that's
I
the
definitely
problem
think
with
he
WWE.
comes out. There's no way.
That's a problem with current champions. Like, oh, you had to break a WWE specifically because they're trying to break records. Bianca Belair, Gunther, Walter, Roman. Like, you're trying to break that record of the longest reigning champion. So it's like, and it gets annoying because, especially Walter he defends it more than Bianca. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
But
he's at least at every pay-per-view. I feel like he's defending it.
But
if not, sometimes even more than that.
He's also defending it on
SmackDown.
As long,
what show is he on?
Raw.
No, Raw. Yeah.
Raw.
He was on SmackDown, right?
I can't keep track because we did a draft that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it's only 1 or 2 people.
Well, I mean, they brought LA Knight out on Raw.
Yeah,
again, big
first
pop.
you did.
If they treat SmackDown like
wild card rule,
like a mini WrestleMania, right? I'm cool with them having like the Raw after SummerSlam. If they treat SummerSlam like a mini WrestleMania and they have that Raw after SummerSlam thing, like how they treat Raw after WrestleMania, I'm cool with him showing up for that and just picking a fight, and that's fine.
But starting a feud across brands makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Miz. Like, you
although I get it, I think that's where that he needed to go if they're not going to give him a title.
No,
but I don't know. You got the mic off, man. We'll get into that. But let's finish up some of the AEW stuff before we get on tangents. Bucks Hardys was a good match. It was a basic standard Bucks Hardys match.
Set up for FTR.
Yeah.
Right.
Bucks 3 at Wembley.
God, man, I tell you what though, Rob Van Dam still got it. God, I love it. I will always watch. I will go out of my way to only watch the RVD matches on that show because I'm such a Rob Van Dam fanboy.
That was a one-off.
Is that so? That's not
a Rob Van Dam is all elite. It was a hey, we're bringing in. They're probably gonna keep bringing in ECW legends for Jack Perry to beat.
Yeah.
To build up credibility until Hook beats him.
That's because that's the whole bit of that title, right? Is like every match is like a hardcore match, I think.
No.
Is that not what the fucking then these commentators suck.
Okay, the FTW title is not an official title by AEW. It's one of those belts that Taz made back in ECW and just called himself a champion. So they're holding that legacy of it's not an official championship, but most of the guys who hold it are related to matches. Yeah, they'll have a match and where the FTW championship is on the line, but it's not theirs.
I still stand by.
It's confusing.
Give me RVD back. The people need it. I don't care where he is. I'll watch him. Fuck, I'll even watch TNA. That's where they decide to send his ass. I'll watch it.
Keep his fucking wife away from my screen. Girlfriend, wife, whatever she is.
He did look in much better shape than the last time I saw him in TNA.
Which is not fair. He's always had a weird body frame. Like the way his back and chest, like he kind of has that like bow out.
It's like Kofi Kingston.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good though. I like the Hogan thing. Fucking, if you were any whiter, you'd have been a lot. Or what was it? You're so pale and white. If Hogan had a badge,
this was the 80s. Yeah.
Hogan would have snorted you. Fucking, oh my god, I was laughing so hard.
You bobbleheaded little bitch.
Go ahead, shake it off, you planet. Oh god, that guy does not cut a bad promo. You cannot change my mind on that one. There's nothing he hasn't done that hasn't been gold. Even his shitty stuff is still better than some of the stuff the other guys put out.
I mean, except for that like duet he did with Jericho.
No, I stand by that was Jericho's idea, guaranteed.
Yeah.
What a shitty song. That probably sounds better.
No, they did a whole duet.
I believe it.
It's fucking. They get any excuse for MJF to sing.
Like think like Family Guy, Brian and Stewie, like just having
actually sounds funny.
Not like that's what it was, and I was
because that's what MJF used to do. He's a singer.
Yeah,
like actually good singer, but it's like, why did we need this?
We did.
It's like the dance. It's like the dance off.
Yeah, we didn't need that either.
Shout out Daniel Garcia.
Yeah,
Just
I
for the
love that
dance thing.
I love that whole like pelvic thrust thing is just over now.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, because I was so like I said, I don't watch a ton of AEW, and I saw that I go, what the fuck was that? Like he just does like a little like, fucking like raw. It's like, Jesus Christ, this show.
He just loves doing that. It's just the funniest thing in the world.
I like that he
is
aggressively takes his shirt off as he's walking out of the down the ramp though too, like just for no reason. He just takes his tank top off and just walks away. Okay. Oh, one of the other things that wasn't on here that I wanted to, because me and all us kind of watched it and joked about it, was the oh god, I was it Blackpool Combat Club
Yes.
and whatever fucking team name
Best
Pentagon
friends.
Jr. and all them go
Oh.
by.
Pentagon who
And
was that
Phoenix,
guy?
or as the commentators
Lucha Brothers.
called it numerous times, Ray Phoenix. Oh god, it infuriates me.
Ray Phoenix. It's spelt Phoenix though.
I know, but we all know what it's supposed to sound like. They went for his pile driver thing, and the best botch of that is so Phoenix jumps, lands, touches the heel, and then Pentagon drops. And then they go for it again because the first time didn't work, and then he gets pushed off the apron. I will say though, Pentagon's outfit was amazing. The Joker thing.
Oh, he wears that way more now.
Oh, I'm glad because it's a dope. That is the one person from Lucha Under, like, because I used to watch Lucha Underground. I actually got really into Lucha Underground before they had their raid bust. Pentagon, I have always enjoyed Pentagon Jr. I think the whole gimmick, the whole outfit, his move set, his execution is top notch.
What about Penta Oscuro? When he's just all black.
Oh yeah, I mean it's it's all right.
I hated that fucking entrance.
I still love that. What is it? What is it? Zero
Metal.
Such like it's shit like that that's just so simple, but just is so iconic. And Phoenix I can kind of do without. He's good. I don't find him as memorable as I do Pentagon.
Because his mask is kind of like, I thought he was Kalisto for a minute.
God, doesn't he? I mean, it just straight like
Kalisto,
Kalisto.
Like,
which is not fair to so much Dragon Lee, but
no, their mask type is like very similar. If you had Kalisto, Commander, and Phoenix stand next to each other, their mask was
like, oh shit,
but it was like, damn it. Like, which one is which?
With that, well, all right, let's go into Raw. What started off with the Fatal 4-Way? Solid yes. Fatal 4-Way. I gotta give it. It was a fatal. Yeah, it was 4.
Yeah. Got your hometown boy of Chad.
Yeah.
Celebrating with his son.
Ciampa, Ricochet, who just came off the loss from Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Which was an odd choice for that fourth man, but I'll take it.
If you think about it, none of them deserve to be in that match.
I guess that's true.
Ciampa lost. Fucking.
They're not pushing what's his name anymore because Randy Orton's hurt.
Matt Riddle?
Yeah, Riddle.
No, that has nothing to do with Randy Orton.
I know it doesn't. I'm just more. I kept seeing stuff where they're refusing to push him anymore because I guess of his own home life or whatever he's got going on.
Well, he likes to shoot himself in the foot a lot.
Yeah,
there's a whole rumor. I'm gonna say it now. Rumor.
Yeah. Don't get me in trouble. We just started this podcast.
I'm not saying he is. I hope to God he isn't. That he's a troublemaker. He's not a bad he's not a bad guy. It's just all the shit that's surrounding him.
Ever since just divorce and all that shit. And
it's just kind of fucked up, and he's like
fails a drug test every other month.
Yeah, if somebody can just pull him to the side and just like coach him.
Yeah. No, I definitely think you give. If Orton does come back, because I know there's speculation that Orton's not like he's done, that this injury was kind of the last one. I guarantee Big E's gonna come back. I guarantee it. They confirmed that they're not gonna let him, because I think that's one thing he'll do it till it kills him.
No, he said like multiple doctors have told him like, hey, you need to stop.
Yeah, they said that Edge and Bryan too, and they came back. You know, just take a few years off.
Like he'll do a one-off, but other than that, I think he might retire too.
I'd hate to see that though, because that's a shame too, because he still had such a career ahead of him that.
But he can do. I would love for him to do commentary. Honestly, commentary. Yeah. He could be a GM if they bring that shit back.
I also think you could do a New Day thing, just not have him wrestle as much.
Have Xavier Woods win a championship before it.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. You know it ain't gonna happen.
He needs to.
They're not gonna give him shit.
I need the photo of all three of them holding a world title.
Oh, there's no way they're gonna give him a world title shot. I will never in the
stranger things have happened. Jinder Mahal.
The only okay, you cannot compare that story because that's a bit different.
Yes, I can.
Jinder also did a 180.
It doesn't matter. Jinder Mahal was WWE champion.
I think the only chance you see him get a title shot is if he wins Money in the Bank.
Nope.
I just don't think you could do it.
You can build it the right way.
You can. I mean, they did it with him against Roman. I mean, obviously nobody thought he was going to beat Roman, but
no. Over the crown.
Yeah.
I still stand by the fact that Xavier Woods was the first person to beat Roman Reigns during his whole big streak of being undefeated. He DQ'd himself against Xavier Woods, and they said, "Oh, it's a no contest." No, you got DQ'd. Xavier won.
Yep.
But they really tried to sweep that under the rug.
But that Fatal 4-Way though, I think was to me match of the week. I think every bit of that was crisp. There to me was not a low point in that match. It was just banger after banger. I love the triple chaos theory that just kept getting interrupted, and he just went straight back into it. Like it's just that's such a Kurt Angle thing of just like fuck it, we'll try this guy. You know, it's just because what it's he tries to hit Riddle with it. He gets recoiled, or is that what his knee thing is called? Is it?
Yes, because they can't call it the fucking code breaker.
Yeah, I was like, because it's just the code breaker. And then what? Tries to hit it on Ricochet. He gets famouser because I guess Ciampa does that. I don't.
Yeah, fair as hell ending it. Well, never mind.
And then he hits, which I think hitting Ciampa with it was probably going to be the outcome anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like out of the 4 or 3 options, that would be who would have got pinned.
I mean,
anyone could have got pinned because they all were losing. They all lost.
I know, but in my mind, I'm thinking between Ricochet and God, I'm blanking on his name every time I go to it.
Matt
Riddle. I think Ciampa was fine taking the L in the sense that I don't think it's that huge of a deal.
Because he hasn't been built up. Because he just
it's not something that because I think he's bad. They're not really doing too much with him at the moment. Where I could see Ricochet getting something here soon.
No,
Riddle probably not either, considering what's going on there. Ricochet is suffering from Dolph Ziggler syndrome because he sells everything so damn well.
But he's just a small guy. And he can't cut promos as great as everybody else.
That's true. I mean, well, and same thing though. Not a lot of people in WWE can hit promos that well right now. I think that's why some of these guys look so good is because everybody else is kind of mediocre at them.
I would wish for him to return to the Prince Puma gimmick.
Oh my God, that would be great.
Just don't speak.
God, give him shit. What was his manager, Prince Puma? Because he's big. He's a good friend of Ray's as well. Shit, he inducted him, I think.
Conan?
Yes.
Let him. He ain't working for WWE.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like that would
Conan ain't doing that.
What a fucking
That should be funny as hell.
But even then, I think you give him Prince Puma and he just needs to work on the mic. And I think once he nails that, he'd be great.
I think as Prince Puma, he was with Ray.
What? No, it was Conan.
He was also.
I promise you. No, I'm not saying. Yeah, at some point I think he was, but I know starting off it was Conan.
Oh, probably. But yeah.
No, I would love the Prince Puma. You talk about somebody that they could definitely mold into the next Rey Mysterio. You know, him doing the Prince Puma gimmick.
Not him.
Oh, I think he could do it. I
No,
absolutely think.
moveset wise, yes, but he's not really like he's not. He doesn't have the Latino heritage to back that up.
Is he not?
I'm pretty sure he's all black.
Is he?
That's
Shit.
why I'm like, it wouldn't do that.
I just assume. I mean, I guess I shouldn't, but
Get the Miles Morales treatment.
I mean, you know,
Even if he is somewhat Hispanic, it wouldn't. It doesn't.
No,
He doesn't meet the.
but
Yeah.
we'll gripe about that because I have some gripes about that, and I know you do too. LA Knights Miz Mike off, 10 out of 10. I give it. I thought, I love seeing angry Miz. I think that's the best version of Miz when he's doing promos is angry Miz.
I think he peaked with the talking smack promo, and every time he's trying to invoke that same type of energy.
I thought this was pretty fucking close, man, because he even kind of takes a shot at Enzo Amore. Because he does the whole, you know, the other people have been exactly where you were trying to ride my coattails. Like, that's it. He's talking about Enzo on that one.
I guess, but it's like it's everyone at this point. How many times can you bring up, oh, I was kicked out the locker room?
Has he brought that up a ton? I feel like I haven't heard that in a while.
He brings it every time there's like a serious feud. He brings up the fact that he was kicked out of the locker room.
Yep.
So it's like
or,
cool,
or
whatever.
somebody else brings it up.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I'm cool with the LA Knight Miz rivalry. I think I know you have your opinions on it, but I'm fine with it. I think it's because I genuinely don't see Miz doing this much longer. I think next 5 years he's done. Because I don't think he needs to. I don't think he needs to keep going. I think he's made his name out of it. He's a WWE guy, and you know, I think we'll always have a place in WWE. I think is he still doing the TV show with them? Or have they canceled that? Is that
I don't think it's canceled. I just think it's just given the strike, you can't do it.
I guess that's true, yeah.
So more than like the thing with LA Knight, because it deals with the draft. Him being on SmackDown and then coming over Raw just a feud with the Miz, there's nothing gained here. And I feel like it would have been better, because given what happened with SmackDown, Santos gets injured. Rey is injured. Neither one of them can take the spot. LA Knight runs to the ring. Even though he would have been out earlier that night, he takes the spot.
Yeah.
And just have him win.
I'd have been fine with that too. No, I mean I'd have been very content with that.
And then just says Santos gets first dibs whenever he's fine. They do a good 20-25 minute match. LA Knight goes over. Maybe turn LWO heel at the end of it.
They got to. They have to. I
don't think they're gonna be heels just yet.
I still think you have a month before you see that happen. I think you have.
No, sure. I think the next big pay-per-view.
This is the thing. If they turn on Rey, do they just go back to Legado del Fantasma?
No, I guarantee they still keep the LWO as a slap in the face to him.
Why?
I think because it's his kind of like a Judgment Day thing, where like, you know, Edge did Judgment Day, but they ripped that from him of like, hey, this is our thing now. I mean, and I could be wrong. I could see them where you would keep them.
To be fair, the Legado del Fantasma shirts and the whole thing was the LWO gimmick anyway.
Yeah, well, I guess that's true. Yeah.
No,
it was the LDF in the same style that the LWO was.
Yeah,
so
because they wanted to be different. It was different, but we all knew what it was coming
different, from. Right? So I think they're just gonna keep it. I mean, the merch itself sells. You're not gonna.
Shit, would it be offensive for me to have an LWO T-shirt? Is that how 2023 works now?
It's cultural appropriation.
You're talking to the man called Fake Puerto Rican.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
Well. I'm
a white straight male. I got to be careful with what I do in 2023. You know. New Day return. We kind of talked about that.
It's okay.
That's cool. I mean, I like the New Day
for a while. Yeah, they've been gone for a while
because Kofi was injured.
Yeah, his ankle surgery or some shit.
Yeah.
I just hate the Viking Raiders, the ones that lose to it. I want them to be a better tag team.
I want that name changed back.
What was it before?
War Machine.
That's right. That's what you said. Oh, that's the War Machine.
Yep.
Fucking hate the Viking experience was a great
That's
idea.
different. That's
No, it wasn't.
is it the same
When they
people?
first came up, because the
The
Viking
main
thing,
roster.
when they first came up, Vince had the great idea to make them like the Viking experience.
Because it was stupid. It was
every-
like a really
And
like
everyone hated that name.
yeah.
That's why
well,
they called
yeah.
it.
Week.
They were the
called
Viking
the
Raiders.
finisher the Viking experience, but then they were the Viking Raiders. Yeah.
God, see, in my head, it was like it was like, oh, okay, they're
No,
doing.
it was the Viking. It was the Viking experience, then the War Raiders, then the Viking Raiders.
Jesus
I feel like
Christ.
it was in that order.
I'm
They were trying to
fine
make
with
the
the
Viking
I
name.
don't
I
remember
like
them
the
doing
gimmick.
The War Raiders.
Because what is was the War Raiders their old name before they joined NXT, and then it was changed.
It was War Machine.
Okay.
And then I could have sworn they went from War Machine to War Raiders or something like that.
Yeah, I
in
feel like
NXT.
there was a mix of their name to War
Yeah.
Raiders at some point, and then the Viking BS, because it was the Viking experience at first. Now it's changed to Valhalla.
See, I don't mind the Viking gimmick. I kind of like it.
No, it fits, but
I
it
just
was
hate that they
the
lose so
Viking
goddamn often.
experience was too on the nose.
Well, I mean, no
They
one,
had a great
no one can
feud
say
with Ricochet. With
WWE
Ricochet
creative.
and
Strowman.
Aleister Black.
Oh.
Actually, no. This is when
NXT,
Vince had
yeah.
no. This is like Raw
Oh.
actually.
Yes.
Well, NXT into Raw and SmackDown because they got called up.
That was that was like
The
the
random
soft
call
up. Yeah, that was like the
That
soft
never
call
went
up, and
anywhere.
then that's when Ciampa and Gargano were like kind of called up, and then
No, because all of them kind of went back.
that's what I mean.
then
It was
they
like a
got called up
soft
again.
call
Soft
up,
call
and then
up,
they
yeah.
went. Yeah.
Yeah, introducing these new people, it was Johnny Gargano, who was NXT North American champion at the time. Tommaso Ciampa, who was NXT champion at the time. Hated each other, but they were a tag team. Ricochet, Aleister Black, who had just won the Dusty Cup and lost to the War Raiders, who were NXT tag champions at the time.
Mm-mm.
EC3, who didn't do fuck all in that.
God, that's
During
right.
that
He
call
was.
up. And what was his name? Fucking Sex Pest.
Did you call me?
Sorry. Sorry, that's the only way I remember this guy.
Oh,
Fuck, what was his? He looks like a fucking weirdo. Aleister Black broke his jaw in the North American ladder
Like
match.
actually?
Yeah, like legitimately broke his jaw.
Oh shit!
The Black Mass is a fucking hell of a finisher.
Yeah, especially if you don't land it right.
He was a bald guy. He only had like 2.
It's like 90% of the round.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. It'll come to me later.
Lars
Sullivan. Yeah, that fucking guy.
He made that weird like
the one that made the comment about
Stephanie
that
McMahon?
guy. Man,
Comments about Stephanie McMahon as stalking a fucking fitness trainer. Yeah, great idea.
man.
And Lacey Evans. She was also brought up with that.
Good
Yeah,
one.
I need her to go too.
Is she back
Why-
still? I know that
Why
she came
why
back.
she's still hired?
Yeah.
I don't wish people to lose their job, but she's one of those people. Like I wouldn't.
She kind of trash. She's very generic.
If they just committed to one thing with her, it wouldn't.
No,
be
it's
so
the
bad.
it's the anti-vax, the weird feud she had with Cardi B over Twitter.
Wow. Yeah, she's another one
weird
like
person.
Matt Riddle who like
Can't keep their foot out of their mouth.
she just keeps getting herself in trouble.
Her foot is in her colon.
Yeah.
Unnecessary shit, and then
But no, I hope. I'm curious what they'll do with the New Day.
Tag team champions.
You really think that? So I'll say this: they need to separate the tag champs again.
Sami Zayn has MRSA, that needs to get treated, and Kevin Owens has an injury. If you notice, it was the giant MRSA thing he had on his arm.
Gotcha.
he had that like
where he injured his arm and
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's funny because you saw it beforehand if you were paying attention.
Gotcha.
And then he got jumped.
Wrapped up.
Well, I know Kevin Owens has been kind of out doing a few kind of podcast things where he's even said he doesn't know if they've really done anything, where the New Day and Usos kind of raised the tag champs up. They haven't really done anything yet that was worth. Which I mean, I think them winning it, but yeah, since then I don't think they've really done
They haven't feuded with anybody but the
the
Usos
bloodline.
and Jade and Roman. I think they had one defense against someone who wasn't bloodline related.
But they need to separate those titles
Imperium.
again. There does not need to be the unified shit needs to stop just because I just don't think it's good television.
It works sometimes, but once.
But you have 20 tag teams that have nowhere to go. You know,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like all these guys can't feud for the same damn title. Like,
Right.
But it's not like tag team wrestling gets that big of a showing anyway.
oh, it does for me. That's my favorite. I love a lot of
No,
the tag team
I'm just
stuff.
saying,
Could, because they got a lot of guys there that could,
especially
do it.
right now.
you can do a tournament. Alpha Academy, Street Profits. No, I was gonna say Usos. That shit ain't happening.
Getting ahead of
New
us.
Day.
They're still together,
Let's
guys.
see.
No, hold on. We're not to SmackDown yet.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna reunite DIY,
Waiting for
that's
Johnny
another
to
team
get.
you could add
Yeah,
in.
so Gargano's still injured, isn't he?
Yeah. No, he's
Is he not?
He's
I thought
been
that was
on-
why.
he was out. He has been on dark matches
Gotcha.
in like one-off shows, house shows.
But then, if you go the NXT, like the way the women's NXT tag belts went, where you're just like, all right, fuck it, let's just get the tag teams up to the main roster and just kind of throw merge that
those
whole
fight-
thing.
Those belts are
Huh.
cursed
True.
Yeah,
because
I saw that
Sonya
same
Deville-
meme.
Sonya's hurt now.
So
She
now
stays
you
getting
have the-
injured. I feel like though. I feel like
No,
she's injured a lot, isn't
no.
she?
No,
No,
this is her
'Cause
first
I
injury.
could have
as an
sworn. Who am I?
athlete.
Okay, I'm probably thinking
All right,
somebody else. then.
So we just need Zack Ryder to fill in for the second half of the.
I love how you got so much shit for that.
Oh
and
my
people thought he
God.
actually wore the belt. I was like, no, it's just a replica. I bought up
Yes.
WWEshop.com.
Yeah.
I like
Fucking-
the shout out too. That's like the best part of it. Intro to the Judgment Day. Ripley getting attacked by Raquel. I guess that's gonna be the. I don't know. I'm having trouble figuring out who they're gonna feud Ripley with.
It was Raquel. It was Raquel.
Is it Raquel? Because I know they kind of had the
no, it's
NXT
three-
thing.
No, it was 3 chicks out there.
Yeah,
It was Raquel, Indy Hartwell,
Candice
and
LeRae.
Candice LeRae. Yes. So Candice LeRae is going to be the filler up until the pay-per-view.
Okay.
She'll just be beating up Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell.
Is Raquel
until-
actually injured, or is that a shoot?
No, they were taking it off the SummerSlam card, and they just needed a reason for that not to happen.
So
Okay.
Indy's good to go again because last I remember she was hurt too.
In Indy, I don't know her current status. I think broken ankle.
Because she won the women's NXT women's title and
And
got
then
hurt,
immediately dropped it.
right after. Yeah.
Damn.
I think she dropped it in her defense. And then she got called up, so she had to vacate the title anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, still needs to stop calling up like NXT champions.
I thought that was a good start to the 6-man, which is watching them two beat the hell out of each other. 6-man tag match was good. I mean, I don't think it was anything crazy memorable. I mean, it was a pretty standard 6-man. And then, the huge super surprise nobody saw coming at the end of this fucking match of Shinsuke heel
Nakamura.
turning that a blind man would have seen coming.
I'm still okay with it.
I mean, I am too. I'm not complaining about it. I just wish
they definitely made it obvious that he was gonna do it. That whole like,
let me conveniently be here to tag in for Sammy.
But like, then Rollins walks away and it just him and he does that like evil little like smile smirk thing and you're like, oh.
I'm surprised he didn't go for Cody and Rollins.
No, because why would he go after Cody?
Well, I mean, anybody that's in company, because Rollins challenged Cody, didn't he?
No,
or other way around, I guess.
They were building up to that, but again, it's just a tease because Cody's not going after the heavyweight title.
Yeah, but how is he going to go after? I mean,
win the Royal Rumble. This all is.
I guess yeah.
He
You
wins
did
the
say
Royal
that last
Rumble.
time. Yeah, the back-to-back Royal Rumble wins.
But hopefully, because this is the third time Nakamura has been involved in a world title feud.
He hasn't gotten
the last 2 times have been awful.
The most he's done is United States, isn't it?
No.
Has he not gotten the United States Championship?
Oh yeah. He is a Intercontinental and a US champion.
Okay, so he hasn't, but he hasn't got top card titles yet.
No.
I would be fine with that too, though. I mean, it
passed.
The more I keep looking at it, the more I kind of wish Rollins hadn't won.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where you would go with that. And
I think Balor, long story wise, I would have liked to seen Balor win it and push. You could have Priest go Intercontinental. Well, no, because that would depend on the Gable Gunther thing. If you had Gable win Intercontinental, I think the next step would be him dropping it to Priest. That way you have Judgment have 4 decent titles, if you want to count the NXT one. I would have liked to seen that. I kind of understand why they're not doing that. I do think they're wasting Balor if they don't do something with him by like the next pay-per-view. That he's just because he's lost the last 3.
Yeah, I say team him with JD McDonough and have them win the tag belts.
And that's where it seems like it's going, because they're really pushing that hard.
Yeah, because they're either going to do one of 2 things. Either JD's going to join Judgment Day and turn on Finn, or Finn's going to get booted and team up with JD, which I think is the more likely and better story.
Given how things are going right now.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have had JD just join and they won the tag belts as part of Judgment Day, I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah.
But it's usually not let's add this person in and everything will be okay, because they did that with Finn and then kicked Edge out. So it was like,
I mean, it's perfect. He already has JD in his name, so
yeah.
Judgment Day.
Oh my lord! Oh my god! Shut up! I don't know why that didn't click for me when you said it.
To go back though, I do think, as much as I like Nakamura, him not winning against AJ and then not winning in the rematch against AJ ruined all of that momentum.
Probably, yeah.
No, you're missing a very big part. Him losing to Jinder Mahal consistently was what killed any hope for him being.
All about that.
Hey, here's the Onyx unpopular opinion of the night. I prefer Jinder Mahal's title reign to Roman's. Hands down.
Burn.
Hands down. It was more enjoyable.
The Punjabi prison match.
I'm not saying that match is good. That's not his fault.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. That's not his.
Yes,
that is a Vince McMahon creation, and you will not change my mind about that.
Having the Great Khali come out to save him from what was it? Because he feuded with Nakamura, then Orton, and then lost to AJ.
Yeah, I'm not saying because
I think he started with Orton, then Nakamura, because he won it from Orton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. And then lost it to AJ because
he wasn't going against Brock. Yeah, that wasn't
because he called himself the Beast.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? Shut up. I might retract
my
statement.
Himself the Beast Tamer. I'm sorry, you can't have.
I kind of forgot about that. I might retract my statement.
No, because the India deal didn't pan out anyway, so they just said, "Fuck it, AJ is better."
Then moving into NXT, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on NXT because there really wasn't a ton that happened that I feel is worth spending a ton of time on. The big things from it is Heritage Cups are stupid. I like Bates. The Heritage Cup match was 5 minutes longer than it should have been. And for him to turn around and not even still have won technically, I don't know. That whole thing was stupid. That I guess they're doing a real Heritage Cup.
Yeah.
I like that in my notes I spelled cup wrong and put creek because I've lost train of thought going over it because I'm a fucking idiot. Hayes being blindsided for like the 8th time because I feel like every NXT he's blindsided by somebody. Ali I thought was a good opener. I like Ali. I don't ever see them doing anything with him, but I like when he wins. Who is the other guy in that? Axiom? Is that what he's called? The luchador? It's an Axiom?
A-Kid.
What is it? What?
A-Kid.
A-Kid?
That's who that's who was under that mask. It's A-Kid.
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Who the fuck?
A-Kid was a NXT UK wrestler.
Oh
I
shit,
hate
it is.
casting
It
things.
absolutely is. Goddamn.
He's also a Power Ranger.
And he
according to
also
Rhea
stole
Ripley.
that gimmick.
Oh my lord.
Jeez.
But that was a good match. I thought it was a good technical
that
match.
mask is fucking awful.
Oh, that
No,
mask
he
is straight out of Power Rangers Rescue or whatever the fuck it was. That's exactly what it
Fucking
looks like.
Lightspeed Rescue. way to ruin that for me. I can't unsee it. I don't watch NXT like that for real. I don't care.
It's a fucking beekeeper.
Trick Williams Dragunov promo.
Cool.
Yeah,
Dragunov is gonna kill him.
Yeah.
He's gonna murder that man.
I mean, I'm cool that like Trick and Carmelo split without like being dicks about it. Like
they didn't need to feud about it.
Yeah.
Right.
I
saw a thing on Twitter where it was like, let's keep the trend going of like black groups not turning on each other but just splitting amicably and shit. Like
whatever.
I was like, okay. Because the only other time I think that happened, I don't even remember the only other time that happened.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But it was good that like they just split and not like, oh, I'm gonna turn on him and do this the whole.
Well, I feel like it's been done for a while there. It's like it was being done quite a bit too at the same time.
Yeah, Carmella getting more competitors for the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
With what is his name now?
The guy that blindsided him?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't find it. I don't watch enough NXT to know who the guy was.
Oh, I remember his old name. He was fucking part of Retribution.
Oof. That's
Dijak?
Yeah. Dijak, that's who
Dominic Dijak.
Dijakovic.
What a fucking Rocky Balboa evildoer name.
Yeah, no.
His match versus is his WWE name. I think Dijak was his indie name.
Oh, that's
no. I think he just shortened it. I think he just shortened it when he went back to NXT.
Okay.
Because he was Dominic Dijakovic. Then he had a feud with Keith Lee. Got called up to main roster. Joined Retribution. That fuck was he Slapnuts?
Yeah. Okay, Double J. Yeah.
I love that. And then went back to NXT, so he rebranded as Dijak.
Yeah, that's fine.
We have Braun versus. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I said I'm just glad he got off of that whole like. Hopefully he can recover from that Retribution.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Did any of them recover from Retribution besides Ali? Even then,
Mia.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, she did. Yeah,
she left. She left the company.
Oh, sometimes to recover, you just gotta leave. Braun versus Wagner was okay. I like Braun. I mean,
no, I hate Wagner. Lame.
I mean, it's a generic gimmick. Although,
no, he is bland. He sucks.
I'm absolutely gonna get a tabled shirt. That's on the Christmas list. Rey Mysterio wins the Inspirational Speaker Award for the night. That dude was just handing them out like candy.
I don't know why people are so surprised that he was there, even though he was there like.
Well, they announced that he was going to be there. He was in Dragon Lee's corner. Was like the whole thing.
Yeah, but it was like I kept seeing like, oh, it's a legend making his way down to NXT. Like he's there. He's been there before.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, people are weird when it comes to.
Like people forgot that he was there, or.
I will say with the Dominic match, I genuinely think Dominic is getting a lot better in the ring. He is a lot more enjoyable to watch. I feel like every time I watch. His 619's awful, and they just need to stop.
He's too tall for it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing it works for Rey because of the size. He just looks so awkward doing it, like he's gonna hurt himself.
I think he has Rey's moveset because he learned from Rey.
Yeah, which I get. He would have a luchador moveset. Yeah, I just don't think
their size different makes everything
just don't give him. Let him just. He doesn't need. Let him go the full Eddie route. He doesn't need the fucking 619. Let him just do the frog splash.
I like him doing the 619. Actually,
I can't.
It looks clunky, but it's not the worst person. The worst person, love her to death, Zelina Vega.
But everything she does isn't great.
First 619 is god awful, but love her to death.
I just every time I see him do it, it's so for one, it's slow. And that's just not a move you can really do in a slow style. It just doesn't look like it has the same effect.
It's like doing a code red.
Hey, that's like pretty cool. I like the code red, even though I
if
don't.
If you do it too slow, you can see that the other person is just jumping.
Well, yeah, it's a sunset. For one, I hate that they call it something special. It's a sunset flip. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But I just wish they would let him go the full Eddie route, where just 3 amigos into a frog splash. You know, I'm fine. I'm content with that. I think that's a fine finish for him.
But I'm booking this completely out of my own head. But giving what happened on SmackDown, I feel like this is still building up to a Dom versus Rey thing.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I guarantee Rey's last match is gonna be against Dom.
I think he said somewhere along the lines that that's what he wanted.
Yeah, I feel like there's no way that that's not the retirement match.
If they didn't do it at WrestleMania, fuck it. Who cares?
I will say I kind of figured they weren't gonna do. For some reason, I just didn't think they were gonna do it at WrestleMania.
I feel
at
like
least this one.
They passed that time. He was getting inducted. He was the prime induction. Like,
yeah, but you really gonna let him lose on at the same time? That flip side, it's an induction. You really gonna have the guy that just got inducted to the Hall of Fame lose to his son on a major platform?
I mean, they did it with Flair.
Well, Flair's also an asshole.
But that's he got inducted and then lost to Michael
Deshaun,
the next night.
Okay, that's a bit different because that was a retirement match that was listed as a retirement match.
But
retire his old ass.
Technically, the stipulation was the next time he lost, he would retire. It wasn't, you could have sat here and said, oh, well, there's still a chance he could win. I mean, obviously, nobody thought he was going to win. But
I get what you all are saying. I just find it a different comparison between the Flair and him. Whereas Flair, Flair was going out and everybody knew he was leaving. Whereas Rey still has.
And then immediately went to TNA.
Well,
yeah, like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Well, because he at first he was the
it's all that alimony. Gotta pay it somehow.
Well, yeah, he was the representative. What was the word for it?
The manager.
Ambassador. He was the ambassador for WWE after he retired, and then 6 months later, when he got fired because of that whole SummerSlam WWE 2K, him and Jim Ross got fired or whatever the fuck it was, and then he ended up
because someone. What was the story behind that? I forgot.
So that's when his son had just passed, and he was a shit show because he was hammered.
Yeah,
he was just going all over the place.
They fired Jim Ross because he was
because he couldn't keep him. He couldn't keep him in line because he was hosting the event. It was a whole fucking disaster. Which shout out to JR for coming back to commentary.
Loved
this
it.
Weekend.
It was like a fine wine, He was the only enjoyable part about any of the commentary on that show.
I do love the running joke that he keeps fucking up the intros for when he was doing the intros for Rampage. He kept fucking them up and saying it's Wednesday, but it's supposed to be Friday. Like that was there's like
Omega WWE champion.
Are AEW shows, are they all live or is that pre-taped?
Rampage isn't.
Rampage is taped now.
Okay.
Well, it was mostly taped anyway.
They had the first couple, I think, were live.
They do,
especially the CM Punk.
There's a big event happening on Rampage. It'll be live.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But most
obviously, the first episode with Punk, that was
that was live.
That was live. But yeah, no, they're taped after Dynamite.
Gotcha.
Yes. Which is crazy. That's like a 4 hours of wrestling.
I know, man. God, I think you get a ticket to that one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, because they were also I don't know. Are they still doing the YouTube ones? No, right?
No.
They stopped doing Dark and Elevation, and which
Yeah,
I never
because
understood the difference
Collision.
between those. But yeah,
There was none. They just wanted fancy names.
right. Well, it was like Dark, and then it was Dark Elevation.
I'll give them this. They named their shows pretty well. I mean,
because Dark was supposed to be the second show until Rampage came out, so they nixed that. Elevation is basically their NXT.
They could nix Rampage too, to be honest.
But Rampage was supposed to be the second big show until Collision happened. Until the Collision thing happened.
Until the Collision in the backstage happened, and then
they then Collision happened.
Brawl out, the wine bomb.
All right, and then SmackDown was okay. I mean, Charlotte Asuka was a decent match. It was better than the fucking
weird DQ finish for no reason. Don't know why they came out to. I mean, I guess to like send a message. It was
I'll say that though. I absolutely love Sky doing the double drop kick and just the overzealous kip up into the head roll kip up. Mm-hmm. And then just like it really gave off the Randy Orton like toe touch vibe of just something like she didn't even be there, but God, she put it all out there. Like she was committed to the gimmick of just fuck it.
Also having Dakota Kai as the mouthpiece for right now since she's still injured.
Oh, I hate her voice.
To be fair, she lost her voice right before the show, so she sounded
bad.
Fucked up. Yeah, I saw her post a thing, and she was like, "Yeah, naturally, I would lose my voice right before I'm literally supposed to be the person talking on like the show."
I just think that's weird that she's the one they chose and not Bailey.
Well, because she's injured.
She just can't wrestle. So
that I get. I'm more of just
Yeah, they want her to be a part of it. So
what is her injury? I know it was a
foot.
But man, all these guys, that's what we should do next. That's what I want to do next podcast. I want to pull up the exact list of everybody that is injured, and I just want us to just
wait. Just WWE, or we just doing?
Well, yeah, we'll just do because AEW is gonna have like a 3-page list with the amount
of fucking
shit.
Top flight. Fucking pray for those guys.
There's a lot of
the
people.
Martin brothers are fucking cursed.
They can fucking
every other
destroyers off ladders through tables.
It could be the simplest thing, and they get it, and one of them gets injured.
Well, let's say we'd be glad we didn't have this podcast going during that because we'd have spent a podcast just ranting that match.
Jesus,
that was if you all ever wondered what me and Olas talk about on TikTok when we send shit. I think for at least 2 days we talked about that damn match and just how stupid it was.
Just because it that's my biggest gripe with AEW, because I want to like AEW, but sometimes they do shit that should be the finish and isn't the finish, and then it's like, well, what were we going for? Like, we did this thing to accomplish a holy shit moment that 20 seconds later we're doing a new holy shit moment, and it's like, I get having the big moment, but if the big moment leads to nothing, that's where I get like a weird just frustration where it takes me out of some of the matches where it's like, all right, it's a fun train wreck, but all right, we're gonna do this Canadian destroyer to the outside through a table, and then I'm gonna hit him with an elbow for the finish, and it's like, well, what the fuck did we just do that thing for if we were just gonna do this? Like that's where it always gets me fucked up. So yeah, that spot was a little ridiculous, and I felt terrible. Like watching it hurt.
Yeah.
Like it hurt my knee watching it. And I was like, fuck, dude. Like I can't watch that all the time, which is, maybe just because I'm old now. But but I was like, man, that's a rough spot that led to, like, if that was it and he was done for, and then because it was a ladder match, right? That's why they had the ladder. Yeah. So
it was
that
for
was
the ROH tag titles.
Right. So if we did that and took him out of the match and then went up and climbed, at least it's worth we took him out of commission. I mean, still shitty that he got hurt.
Yeah.
Had he landed.
That was the finish.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought they did something. Well, not with him, but I thought they did something else with. Which one got hurt? Was it Dante or?
Not Dante. Other.
What's the other one's name?
You,
I
look,
feel bad because I like them. Like I do.
Apparently
like
not that
watching
much.
yeah,
them. But it's the one that because he was hurt for a while too. Because that's why I knew Dante's name because he was
Darius.
Darius. Yes, because Dante was featured for a while by himself because Darius was hurt, and now he
No, it's the
comes
opposite.
back. Oh, was it?
Yeah,
No, I thought.
it's always it's either one or the other. It's
All
never.
right, Grandpa, your dementia's getting to you.
Yeah, I
Jesus
guess
Christ.
so.
No, because they're
Because I could have
constantly.
sworn it was him
The
and.
thing is, no. The thing is, they're constantly injured. So it's like it's a hot potato of who's injured.
Oh yeah, it's like all right.
Plus, they both start with a D. You know, that's really
Yeah.
stupid.
So
Yeah.
Darius was in. So Dante. Yeah, you're right. Dante was injured. So Darius was teaming with AR Fox.
Right.
Dante came back, and then they were entered in that tag match where
Yeah.
Darius gets hurt. Because before that, Darius was hurt. Like, no, it was Dante was hurt again. Like, their ankles are fucking made of glass.
Well, I mean, they shouldn't be taking that fucking
More broken
No,
ankles
it's
in
weird.
an NBA game.
No, it's so weird that they're so young and getting injured like
all the time.
consistently.
Yeah.
They're in their early 20s.
Yep.
Like they
Yeah,
have
they're
never
young. They're really young.
like
so-
they need to just start IV dripping milk into their veins. Or something.
Somebody
I don't
break
know.
out the Kurt Angle milk hose.
milk truck. Yeah.
I mean, Dante lost his partner, then lost his girlfriend
Jesus.
back to back. Shout out Sky Blue.
AJ versus Karrion was a match.
There. It happened. We don't have to talk. Okay.
Still
Karrion
don't
Cross
understand
is
this
fuck-
feud. Don't get it, but we're just gonna. Hopefully,
The
there's a
only thing-
plan.
I saw one interesting thing. I don't remember, but it was almost like the Bray effect at one point.
I know what
He
you're
was-
talking about.
Where he was feuding with people, and even if they ended up winning, they came out on the other
Worse.
side like worse, like bad, not like worse in terms of. I mean, you could talk about that too with the quality of matches just not being great, but I like character change wise, like they either turned heel.
Roman lost his family with the bloodline.
Yeah.
Drew became more aggressive and attacked Sheamus. That's what Shinsuke turned heel.
Yep.
I think that was the
So that's
Karrion Cross effect.
I would be fine if that is a thing that happens, right? If it's the same effect of where okay, he's not winning the feuds, which again, that was the Bray Wyatt problem. He should have won way more feuds than he did. But if he gets into their psyche or like under their skin to where it affects them, and they have either a newfound aggression or a heel turn, like if the OC and they should turn heel at some point, like that would be fine. Like that would be justified for this fucking disaster of a feud.
So just remember watching the battle royale and like they're feuding. They're feuding. I didn't fucking know.
Karrion Cross it's just bland. Adam Cole killed his career
Yeah.
way back in NXT.
You have Edge coming back. I guess doing what we call kind of his retirement tour.
Farewell
Yeah.
tour.
Fighting Sheamus because fuck it, I guess.
Yeah.
See, here's gonna be my
It
issue
has
with
a fun
this.
story. Yeah.
Is it's gonna be tough for me to stay interested into this because I don't feel like they're gonna do an actual feud.
No.
It's just gonna like every one of these is just gonna be a feel good match and like
Possibly. Either that or Sheamus is turning heel.
I don't see it.
It's the only thing story wise that I think would come out of it, but I don't know that that's coming out of it.
Yeah. But I mean, good for him. I hate to see Edge go, but
I mean,
it's time. You know,
I think of it as we never thought we were going to get these last bunch of years out of him anyway. So
Yeah.
like, this is all awesome.
just icing on the cake at this point. So good for him. You know, I'm curious who all's gonna be kind of make the list here of who he wants to fight. LA Knight defeating Bottom Dollar. Because
the best part of Top Dollar matches is Michael Cole's commentary.
oh my god, this guy hates this guy. Like, I don't
I don't
understand what
remember why
Michael
that
Cole
happened.
has against Top Dollar. He hates this guy. Because he even did like a rap during it, like Michael Cole did. That was like just oh. And then of course you have LA Knight do his little promo at the end of it with, you know, doesn't matter if you're, which I thought this was an odd promo of like, it doesn't matter if you're awesome or if your name's Dr. or Uncle Phil. It was like, okay.
He was making fun of Top Dollar.
Oh, is that? Oh, because he looks like Uncle Phil? Is that what they were?
He made the same joke last week.
Okay, so I didn't remember the.
I think his joke was, I knew Will Smith was in the game, but I didn't know Uncle Phil was rapping or something like that.
He is starting to make that BFT look a lot cleaner and cleaner.
I think it looks fantastic. Yeah, it's because I think of what it looked like when Ambrose used to do, or Boxley, fucking whatever. Used to do his.
He did the.
Was it the under
headlock? He did the headlock version of it.
Gotcha. Okay, I was thinking it didn't look quite right, but I was thinking I just maybe didn't remember the move that well.
The original Dirty Deeds was like almost like bulldog position into that.
God, there's somebody else that does that now that I can't think of who it is.
EC3 did it.
Is that who it was? Okay, that explains a lot about his career.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think the BFT looks real nice. It looks. Andrade. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
The hammerlock DDT.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, I agree. I think the BFT looks very, very good. I like his kind of the Rock build up to it. You know, I'm glad the elbow is not the finisher because I just don't think I could deal with that anymore. But I do like that it's the quote unquote kind of John Cena lead up to the finisher. It does look like a because hell, half these guys they do that kind of vertical hit when they go for it. Santo getting attacked, which
So my assumption would be then I'm guessing Rey got hurt for real, and he was probably supposed to win the match,
and then to correct it,
set up an eventual heel turn, and now I guess he was okay this week, so that's why Santos got hurt, and then
I hope that's what it is. I'm not confident.
I hope that's not the original plan, because that sucks to me. Because you have the LWO as a group. Rey is already established. Why not build up Santos Escobar?
Well, and that kind of gets me to my aggravation with it as well. Is you have you've Dragon Lee, you had Lucha, what is it, Lucha Party or whatever the fuck it was?
Yeah, Lucha House Party.
Lucha House Party, who I actually was a big fan of. I kind of like the gimmick. Axiom, you got Ricochet, you got all these guys that I feel like they have tried to mold into this next Rey Mysterio, and then they keep choosing Rey Mysterio. Like I don't understand, because Dragon Lee, I'm cool with it being Dragon Lee. I think let him take that reins if you wanted to. Hell, I thought the Lucha House Party, if they had to let them be a little more serious, that'd have been a good, I just they need to figure out somebody and even Santos. I feel like they build him up for weeks and then do nothing with him.
Yeah.
And I like the guy. I genuinely enjoy him.
I'm confused with what the game plan. So if the game plan wasn't to have Rey win, why would I don't know? It just doesn't make sense.
No, it just makes no sense then.
And then okay, because that's the only thing I can think to justify why they did this the way they just did it.
Yeah.
Rey was supposed to win. They had to stop the match because he legitimately got hurt. Again, I still don't think he should have been the one to win. Even if you are setting up an eventual heel turn, or you could have just, I guess you could have just blew the load there and just did the heel turn to make him win against Rey.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have much rather have seen Santos, especially if Theory was going to lose. I would have much rather have seen Santos win it than Rey. You have the, fun Dom and Ray are champions at the same time. We made the joke about the U.S.
Yeah.
title versus the
North American title.
Like, okay, and that can be a fun little, thing that they do. But I mean, I would be perfectly fine with Santos winning, and Theory needed to lose that title.
Yeah.
Even if they just kind of reset him and just kind of, because this just didn't work for him. He he never really recovered from the Cena promo.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. It's I'll take it a step further. I don't think Theory ever recovered from losing to shit. What is the NFL kicker's name? They keep have
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I don't think he recovered from the McAfee loss. I maybe a little bit, but I just
no. He never. It goes further back. Ever since his introduction as Vince's next handpicked guy,
yeah,
he has never gotten over.
Just want to point out
it was
that he's over 2 on those guys because Drew McIntyre and then Austin Theory.
Yeah, because the best thing about that whole thing with Theory and Vince was once Vince wasn't there and Roman did the "Daddy's not here" thing anymore. Like that was the best part.
Realize all this started because of a fucking golden egg.
Yeah.
That was given to him by The Rock or some bullshit. Yeah. What was it? Survivor Series or SummerSlam? Where the egg thing happened. I want to say it's Survivor Series.
I also want to say it's Survivor Series.
At least it wasn't the
it was so dumb because Vince kept showing his golden egg. It got stolen, and then it turned out it was Austin Theory who took it because he wanted to take a selfie with it. And that's what started their relationship. And it's like, what the fuck is going on?
You could make Theory interesting. They've just done nothing to make him interesting.
I think his best quality is comedy.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna be a comedic heel if anything.
But he's also like, if you ever watch him, he's actually like a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Personable guy.
And he's a good wrestler. I have nothing against his in-ring ability.
Well, they muted him a little bit from when he was in NXT compared to was just
Austin Theory in NXT was just dumb. Like he was stupid heel. Like
I meant like
Battle Royal, and he does a kip up after getting knocked out the ring. Like he was hyped. Like he lands on his back and thinks, "Oh man, how am I gonna get back to the ring?" And does a kip up like a dumbass.
It'll work.
And then celebrates without realizing he just eliminated himself. Or the Scarlet thing, where he walks into the office and Scarlet's talking to William Regal, I believe, and he goes, "Are those real? Like they're really huge." And it pans to her nails. It's like, oh man, this is such a dumb joke.
I like I said, his in-ring work's good. I have nothing against him in-ring. I think he's a very good performer. I just don't think his gimmick worked as well. No. It had moments where I was okay with it because it almost seemed like they were going to do kind of a legend killer thing with him for a bit, and then they just didn't. Because like they had him, they had him beat Ray, and it was kind of like, oh hey, are they going to try and do kind of a Randy Orton? He's going to get super serious and crazy. I would watch that. I think let him go kind of fucking postal. Okay. But I agree. I think it was time for him to drop the belt and let's try again with something new.
Even if you take him off of TV for like a month or something and just like let him come back and either be really serious and like heel or just have him turn face and be a good guy and make something of that. I'm sure they could figure that out. But
well, didn't he team with Gargano for a while in NXT? Like, were they heels?
They were heels. Yeah,
that was the way.
Gotcha. That's right.
Yeah, it was him, Gargano, Indy, and Candice.
Yep, indie wrestling.
And then Dexter along.
He was never part of the way.
I know, but
I hate that Vince touched NXT. That sounds crazy.
Oh,
given what he did. He changed NXT and made it hyper specialized.
I'm not gonna play the sound on the podcast.
Shout out to that one screenshot of Dexter Loomis holding the condoms, thumbs up.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of him, he's gonna be on TV.
He is.
He's gonna be on Tacoma FD.
Yeah,
Something like that. It's basically Super Troopers Fire Department.
Him talking is so weird.
It is. Let's see, because we're trying to wrap up here. Lashley Street Profits did a promo.
Okay.
I would have liked to rather than beat the shit out of somebody, but you know. Do we think it's just gonna be them three though? I don't think so. I think there's gonna be more.
Bianca's joining.
Well, yeah, or sorry, 4, because Bianca.
But I remember they originally sowed the seeds with Carmelo and Trick at one point.
Let's not get all the black people together.
I'm not saying that it's how it should be, but WWE is one thing. It's consistent.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
Because I kept seeing where bring Shelton back into the fold, which I think would be fine.
Shelton and Cedric.
Cedric, I'm back and forth on. But I guess if you're going to do one of them, yeah, you would need to do both of them. Because I think you could almost have a better Hurt Business with Lashley being kind of the mouthpiece. Although that is weird to me to think about of him being the talker, but he's actually, I feel like, gotten better promo-wise. Is MVP still managing Omos?
Yeah, well,
Yes.
that was the only SummerSlam, like the only big SummerSlam return was him coming out and announcing Omos for the Battle Royal.
Gotcha. Okay, see, for some reason I don't remember. I must have missed that part going through SummerSlam was him announcing him. I don't see them joining. I don't see that because we've already been down that road of him trying to recruit him, and that didn't happen. I'd be fine with it just being the 4 of them. But I would also be okay with Shelton and Cedric and doing a whole, that way you have a division of class. You have Cedric kind of the what would you call it? Cruiserweight, I guess.
Theory joins Hurt Business.
There you go. I was gonna say, like, if not like Shelton and Cedric, who else would you really have?
Well, it depends what you mean by who else would you really have that fits the Hurt Business gimmick? Is not really anybody.
Like, who would you guys pick to be like, all right, if it's not these two guys joining in and we're making like a whole big thing of it, who would you?
If we're not going based on the gimmick that kind of Porto mentioned of it being an all-black group,
all the black guys. Yeah.
New Day.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Who would fill that? Because you couldn't have people that are bigger than Street Profits and Lashley. It would have to be somebody under them. I mean, you could.
Like some
this is the thing. They fill out every spot. You have the powerhouse in Lashley. You have a high flyer with Montez, and then Angelo is the center guy. Like, he can do both.
You could take out Angelo and replace him with almost anybody, and I like him.
He's not the guy.
Yeah, he isn't. He will.
He's definitely like,
he's the D'Lo Brown of this group.
Oh, don't shit on D'Lo. D'Lo's awesome.
The Nation of Domination.
How fucking dare you look me in the eyes and say that?
D'Lo was great.
D'Lo has always been the lowest character in every stable he's been in. You can't say he's You can't say D'Lo Brown's good, and even in Aces and Spades, Eric Bischoff's son was higher than he was.
Let's not talk about Aces and Eights.
Or whatever the fuck the name was. Ace of Spades, Aces and Eights.
No, Ace Spade is the guy from Heels.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's probably what I'm fucking confused about.
No, but Angelo's definitely like risen his stock because you could clearly tell Montez was the guy, and Dawkins was kind of the Jannetty of the team. But like now,
I was just waiting for it.
Remember, Angelo Dawkins was Sasha Banks' hype man in NXT.
Oh my God, that's right. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, that's a
unlocking
huge
a memory
comeback.
there. But no, I mean, I guess that's a good question. I don't know if it wasn't Shelton or Cedric, if you needed Shelton or Cedric.
Well,
I
it
couldn't
works
think of
as a
anything
three-man
else.
unit.
Yeah,
It works as a trio, and then you have Bianca as the female.
because it
That's
almost seems like they're doing. And I kind of mentioned this, or no, I didn't get to actually. Is I kind of want almost a main event mafia style group, and I think I could see that them being that kind of like almost evolution.
He comes back.
Oh my god, I would
No,
love. Yes, let Booker T
No.
be part of that stable.
Roxanne
Absolutely.
Perez joins.
Give me Booker T back.
I
5-time.
5 times. Quincy, what is it? What is that fucking person's name? They were called up in the draft. No, I'm confusing that person. The guy they called up from NXT during the draft, I have Odyssey Jones.
Yes.
He was never actually put on it. He was never actually put on TV.
Nope.
Have him join.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then to round out, and I hate talking about this because this is just such a boring fucking segment, and I hate that they just remade the Rikishi Rock segment of I did it for the Rock.
No,
that's all it was.
And it's brotherly love. He doesn't want Jay to become the tribal chief because he'll turn into Roman.
And that's so stupid.
Presumably.
That is I would almost rather it have been a rivalry thing. That is the stupidest.
No, it can still be the rivalry thing. It's just that's his story. That's that's the initial story.
You can't tell me that's not dumb. Come on, you can't defend that. That was a shitty.
Rikishi, like, have you seen the announcement?
I guess fucking not.
That apparently he's gonna be like a special referee at Payback or something.
It got leaked. Basically, on his own Instagram, he posted something for like an indie promotion that he was doing, and one of the tags was, "Come see him before he referees at Payback." Like,
got him, idiots. I mean, yeah, there's no way Jay quit. I like the thing they he did not quit.
All the
Joshua
Fatu to AEW, Joshua Fatu is all
and
I was like,
Joshua Fatu.
There's no shot that ever happens.
No, never.
They would have never allowed him to say that on TV, then clip it and post it all over social media if he was.
Well, not to mention, if you go to WWE's YouTube channel, the tag for it is Jay quits the W. You really think they're gonna put that on? Like there's no shot.
TikTok, a YouTube short, a fucking Instagram reel, whatever.
Until I see Michael Cole and Corey Graves talk about how they've walked out the company and they've disrespected the fans.
Yeah,
I don't even. We don't have time to unpack that one. We don't have time.
That would be so perfect.
But I'm tired of the Bloodline story.
Just like
it just needs to end.
I need Jimmy to bring up the fact that his wife walked out too.
Yeah,
that needs to be said.
No, too much to unpack there.
I know, but it'll be so perfect. It's the perfect bomb drop.
Because we never actually talked about the match last week. I will say I loved the idea of what they made the whole tribal combat thing sound like until they completely butchered what it was supposed to be, because it was
you mean like how like two people got involved when the match said that nobody was supposed to be involved?
It was supposed to just be Jay and Roman. That was it. And then, of course, they couldn't attack each other until then, and then blah, blah, blah. And then they fucking ruined that the next week easily. And then it was, okay, these guys it's, a no DQ match essentially, but nobody else is supposed to get involved. And then it was like, oh, hey, look, they're solo. Ah, fuck. And then,
you can't have a Roman match without interference.
So it's almost like when the referee forgot to DQ Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Overdue refs, come on. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the match up until that point. I'm like you, if it just let it.
Right.
I don't know. The Bloodline matches make me so angry just because you want to hope there's no shot they're going to do the same match an 8th time.
Nope.
And then they do.
Gotta do it.
it's just
that's been my biggest issue too. So the initial like Solo debuting at Clash of the Castle, I was fine with. right? Because you didn't want Drew to lose clean, and the Usos couldn't be there. So the best thing to do was have Solo debut on the main roster as part of the Bloodline. I was cool with that. So Drew didn't lose clean, although the whole celebration on TV with Tyson Fury was weird.
Yeah.
Hey, I
No.
just lost the
Should
title.
have never happened.
Let's sing to the crowd. But before that, when it wasn't happening as much, when it was, when the first like couple of months of his reign where it was just he was a son of a bitch just kicking the shit out of people, I was cool with that. I was cool with him, you know, and he can get away with the shit talking during the mid match and all that stuff, and I was fine with all that. But then when it's just literally like rinse and repeat now, where it's like, okay, where's the ref bump? Oh, ref bump. We got about 7 minutes left because something's gonna happen. Shenanigans. That only works against guys like Drew, Cody, right? Like that's
Kevin.
fine if that's how Cody lost. Brock, shit like that, where it's like, okay, like this is a big threat to where
people you couldn't let lose, honestly.
right.
Yeah.
So like Cody losing that way, for however Cody could have won, Cody should have won.
But that goes into like how many times can you? That makes all the faces seem like dumbasses. Because how many times can you go into a match with Roman and not see this coming? Like,
right. So
they're so all faces are supposed to be friends. Why not grab two guys and go, hey, you have Solo and the Usos, and I have these guys come out.
Yeah.
Well, they did that, and he still lost.
Wait, when did they do that?
Cody and we didn't grab him, but I mean, they.
Fuck, I forgot.
Zayn and Owens get involved, and he still loses.
No, because that's still 3-on-4.
No, you
still have Solo
because the Usos interfered and they ran off the Usos, and then Solo came in with the.
So why would you not expect all?
I know.
It's dumb because it makes everybody seem dumber.
Yep.
I still say Clash of the Castle. They had a perfect opportunity to split the titles with Austin Theory.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm hoping that happens with Zayn and Owens being probably off TV for the foreseeable. Because I don't know how serious Owens' injury is.
Yeah.
Do some kind of title split just because I think the divisions need it.
Do we remember what? I don't remember what he's out with.
I could tell you. I want to say it was it back related? I thought
supposedly rib injury.
Okay. Roman.
I don't think it's a confirmed injury.
I don't know how long. If
Roman's injured, according to Dave Metz.
Well, that spot looked rough. I thought he got hurt on that spot, but apparently he did. I was like, ooh. I don't think he was supposed to land on his back like that. But
then there's a rumor that Brock is also injured after SummerSlam.
I believe, yeah. I feel like I heard that same thing.
Because he was holding his arm after the match.
Man, they don't specify what the injury was.
Yeah, what I heard was rib.
Okay.
I don't think it's confirmed what his injury actually is.
Yeah, it's undisclosed this time.
Speaking of people recovering, Bray Wyatt was...
Is he cleared?
Rumored that his injury was life-threatening.
Yep.
It was or wasn't?
Was.
Oh, shit.
That's why, it's been, dead silent.
Rib injury is... Sorry, not to revert back. Yeah. Suffered a bad broken rib. So, yeah, that'll take probably 6 weeks to a month. Or 2 months. Yeah. We can talk about that next one, though. We can go through, kind of see who all... Because we can maybe do a little elaboration. But I think that is where we are going to wrap up for the night, gentlemen. As always, thank you for everybody that came out to watch. Comment in the comments which part you like the best, and which one of us is which. I think I'm Rhea, obviously.
The guy in the chair.
The guy in the chair. That makes sense. Oh, my mic. But we will be back next week with our usual podcast. And as always, have a good one.